Io ne podkivano. Pujbanj. Or should I say go to Geld? I don't know. I don't know. I don't care. Maybe I should just say aloha. Can you hear the music? I think that's Don Ho. I think. I don't know. Anyway, good morning, and I thought I'd let you do a little bit more people watching today, and I'll come down to the breakfast room and do my daily show. I wonder what Michelle's going to think of my daily show. Who knows? Oh, I can't wait to listen to that accent for the next, well, who knows how long. I just can't wait. It's going to be so nice listening to that beautiful, beautiful accent, uh, morning, night, and day. And God, I love the Australian accent. It's just wonderful. I wonder if they like the Yankee accent. I wonder if they like our accent. I don't know. But anyway, this is it. I'm getting ready. This is the trip. I was thinking as I was walking down here, these trips just all blend into one another. They really do. Remember there was the Christmas market trip, and then that was Portugal and Greece and Athens and Ljubljana and Vienna, all those places, and Reykjavik, the Christmas market trip. And then there was the LTC. Then there was the LTC trip. Remember the LTC trip across America in my camper? That was an interesting adventure. The LTC trip. Maybe that's how that trip's going to go down in history. It was the LTC trip, and so now it's back down under, and I promised myself years ago that I would, come hell or high water, I would make it back down under. And I would have gone last year, but I was just dead tired from the Christmas trip. So now I'm going down there, and I was thinking that when I land today in customs, I don't know if it's going to be a problem that I don't have a return ticket. I think they like to see that you have a return ticket, that you have an exit strategy, and I hope it's not a problem. But anyway, we will see, as the saying goes. I wonder how long it's going to be before I see my first kangaroo or koala. Michelle says there's kangaroos at her school, and you'll see them. You'll see the kangaroos around. So we'll be looking for some kangaroos. But anyway, it was so nice doing my walk and talk yesterday. I gotta tell you, I was thinking about that. You get all the apprehension and the mixed emotions about traveling again. But boy, then you get that camera in front of you, and you start doing that walk and talk, and you meet wonderful people like Bella. I hope Bella finds that video. I really do. I hope she finds the video and sees herself. But anyway, doing the walk and talk. I was thinking about doing the walk and talk videos, and I gotta tell you, you know what? Not to toot my own horn or anything, but to do a walk and talk video to the extent that I do them, where I walk for a prolonged period of time, and I'm able to, babble, just babble for 10, 15, even up to 30 minutes, just doing a walk and talk. That's not easy. It's not easy to make it interesting. And just the very fact that I do a video every day, and anywhere from 200 to 400 people tune in. The fact that I have the ability to make my monologue, whatever you want to call it. Is this a monologue? Is that what I'm doing? Is this a monologue? But the fact that I have the ability to do a monologue or a narration or whatever the hell you want to call it, and make it interesting, it's not the easiest. And for some, I guess practice makes perfect. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe it's not that I'm really good at it as much as just that I have a lot of practice. And if anybody else, had that same practice, that they would be, equally as good as me. But I go on YouTube sometimes, and I see other people attempting to do walk and talk videos, and they're not they're not always very good at it. I mean, yesterday, for example, that guy mowing the lawn, the guy, the guy mowing the lawn with an old-fashioned lawnmower. I mean, who would think to say that was probably the guy's honey-do list, that probably some woman made him do that. I mean, it's just the ad lib, on my videos. The ability to ad lib is something else. But anyway, what's interesting about this hotel where I'm staying at, they've got something like 40 floors. 40 some floors, like 44 floors or something like that. You stand outside on the street and you look up and it's like, wow. There's a lot of floors in this hotel. But the interesting thing about it is this. As I've been here now for the last 36 hours or whatever it is, as I've been here now, I find myself in a situation where I go into the elevator and there's strangers in there. And the elevator, I mean, it could take, depending on stops. Like if you're going to breakfast, like I was coming down for breakfast today, I'm on the 38th floor. So when you get on the 38th floor and then say somebody gets on at, say, the 37th or the 38th floor, or the 37th or 36th floor, you're just standing there next to them. That's it. You're just standing there next to them. And then, at a busy time like this, it's stopping like every 2 floors or something like that. So you're in this elevator anywhere from 2-3 minutes. And you're just standing next to these strangers. And nobody talks to each other. They all just kind of sit there, they'll look at their watches. They can't look at their phone because they don't get any signal in the elevator. But they just kind of stand there. And it's always a little bit awkward. What do you say to these people? But anyway, boy, that's good. It's really good. Must have coffee express. Should I get a Starbucks? No, I have a Starbucks coffee cup from Hawaii. That's right. But maybe I'll get one from New Zealand or Australia. I don't know. We will see, as the saying goes. It's another thing that I'm dealing with now is my freaking hair. I don't know what the hell to do with my hair. If you go back and watch the video yesterday, I watched that to see how it came out, the video of the Waikiki Beach walk and talk. My God, my hair. It looks crazy. I'll probably have to get a haircut. But Michelle will probably be pretty good. When I'm with Michelle, she'll probably be pretty good about, if you get a haircut, you better tip. Okay. I'm not going to tip if it's just a barber, okay? If it's just a barber and he's got his own shop, I'm not going to tip, okay? So let's just get that straight. The barber charges $15 for a freaking haircut. For example, I charge $75 to do a website an hour, When's the last time somebody tipped me? When I did a service for somebody. That's what it is. You're doing a service. So the last time I did a service for somebody, okay, nobody tips me. Now, if you go into a business and somebody is working at an hourly wage, if I go into Supercuts or something like that, which I usually do, and somebody is working there at that haircut, Tom, you are supposed to tip. Okay. Anyway, We can talk about this whole tipping thing. We can go round and round. Let me clarify something. If I go into a place where people are cutting my hair and getting paid an hourly wage and working off tips, I will tip them generally 20%. As a rule of thumb, I tip them 20%. When I go into a restaurant and somebody comes and she waits on me, generally speaking, I will tip her 20%. Or him or her. I'll tip them 20% as a rule of thumb. Okay? But if somebody comes and paints your house, for example, let's say that you go on one of these apps or whatever, and somebody comes in and they're going to paint your room. They're going to paint you say, I want you to come in and paint my living room. What would you cost me? And they say, well, what's the square footage? And you say, okay, it's 800 square feet. And they say, well, we charge $300 for an 800 square foot room. Okay? So when that person comes and paints your room, that person comes over, they arrive in their truck, Joe's Painting or whatever it is, they come in and they paint your room for $300. Who out there is going to tip that person $360? Who out there is going to say, gee, Joe, you did a really good job painting my room. Let me give you a tip. Or you have a garbage disposal problem, okay? And you call a plumber to come out and fix your garbage disposal. And you ask him, what's it going to cost me to have my garbage disposal replaced? And he said, well, it's going to cost you $220 plus parts. So when he's done and you're paying the guy, do you tip him? He's providing a service. So you see, that's it's not the same thing. It is the same thing. The haircut industry works the same way as a restaurant. I understand it does. You're not getting the point. Listen to me, okay? If somebody works in a place that cuts hair and gets paid an hourly wage, you should tip them all day long. All day long. But if a guy goes out and rents a little space in a shopping center, if a barber goes out and he rents a little space in a shopping center, and he puts up a barber sign, and he puts up a sign, haircuts $20. There's no difference between that guy charging me $20 to cut my hair and a guy charging me $200 to put in a garbage disposal, or a guy charging me $300 to paint a room. It's a service, okay? It's a service. Now, I know you're going to tell me it's a personal thing. It's a personal thing. Okay, well, let me ask you this. Last time you went to your doctor, when's the last time you tipped your doctor? Oh, now Tammy is saying, oh, Tom, that's a good point. When is the last time that you tipped your doctor? You went to your doctor, and he said, okay, bend over. I'm going to give you the rectal digital exam. You ever have one of those? I'm about to have breakfast. You ever have a digital rectal exam or a rectal digital exam, whatever the hell you call it? Did you tip the guy? Did you tip him? No. He's providing a service. He's providing a personal service. He's inspecting the inside of your rectum. I mean, that's a hell of a lot more personal than cutting your frickin' hair, don't you think? So we can go back and forth about this all day long. I don't want to deviate from the point, but I don't want to deviate from the topic. So anyway, talking to strangers. I downloaded the book. I downloaded a bunch of stuff for my 9-hour flight today. I downloaded the movie Judy, starring Renee Zellweger. So I downloaded Judy. I downloaded some other movie that seemed pretty good. And then I downloaded some books on tape. I just downloaded a book that my brother recommended called How Not to Diet. My brother was texting me this morning telling me that I should really look into the plant-based diet. And that's what Michelle is on. Michelle is on a plant-based diet. And told me that I should look into a plant-based diet. So I downloaded How Not to Diet. And I downloaded a book called Talking to Strangers by Malcolm Caldwell, the same guy that did Outliers. And I don't know, maybe I'll finish those 2 books. I'll probably finish those 2 books before Mark finishes Pillars of the Earth, I would think. So that's about it, folks. I'm getting on the plane. I'm getting on the plane. I'm getting on the plane at noon on Sunday, but I'm getting on it at 9 a.m. on Monday, down under. Hairdressers that work for a company only get a small percentage of that $20. That's right. That's why you tip them. That's why you tip them. Those hairdressers that work for a company, you tip them big. You tip them 20%, sometimes even 25%. But let's stay focused here, okay? I won the argument about the hairdressing or the tipping thing, all right? So just, you got to pay attention, okay? Hairdressers that work for a company, yes, you tip them. But anyway, same thing with barbers. They make most of their money on tips. Brent, you must be a barber. If they make most of their money on tips and they're not getting tips, then just forget it, okay? Plumbers. Tip your plumber next time, Brent, or tip your doctor next time he gives you a digital rectal exam, okay? But, that's a hell of a lot. That service is a lot more personal than a haircut. But anyway, so I downloaded the book Talking to Strangers, and that's an interesting thing. I was thinking about that. Some people's social skills vary, and when I was a little kid, I was thinking about this as I was getting ready this morning. When I was a little kid growing up outside of Cleveland, Ohio, we had paper routes. And the paper route, to be able to get a paper route in your neighborhood, that was tough. And I had I have 5 brothers, and I'm the third of the six boys. And the girls never did paper routes that I know of. But anyway, so I was the third in line to inherit the paper route. And I used to deliver the Cleveland Plain Dealer, no, the press, Cleveland Press or something like that. But anyway, I used to deliver the press, and I had a paper route of about 60 people. And, I didn't know it at that time when I was all of 11, 12, 13 years old, going out delivering the paper, collecting, every Friday I would collect the $1.50 or whatever the heck it was for the, for the week or whatever it was. I didn't know it at that time, but, they say hindsight is 20/20. As I look back over my life, it was things like that. It was things like going out and doing the paper route, selling stuff door to door. I used to sell stuff door to door. I sold seeds. I sold stationery. I sold Christmas cards. Hello, Mr. Tom. Who is that? Major Payne. Hello, Major Payne. How are you? So it's not about the service. It's about the amount of money they make. A doctor or plumber wage is much higher. Brent, you must be a socialist. You must be a socialist, aren't you? I bet you are feeling the burn right now. You're feeling the burn for Bernie Sanders right now because you got to help out the people that don't have money, and all the guy has to do is raise his rates. He's not making enough money. Raise his rates. Oh, goodness gracious. But anyway, what else was I going to say? You know what? I'll tell you one thing. I have a friend that cuts hair. She's not a barber. What do you call a woman? Hairdresser. She's a hairdresser. And I had this conversation with her once. And I told her, I said, you know what? I said, Denise is her name. And her name of her hair salon, I think it's called Transitions in Santa Rosa, California. It's called Transitions. And let the fire engine go by here. But I was talking to Denise one day about that, and I asked her. I said, Denise, I said, don't be cheap. All right. Yeah, I'm cheap. But I was talking to Denise about that, about the whole tipping thing, and and I asked her about what she thinks about, my thought that she's providing a service, so pay her for the service, not above and beyond. And and she was saying that, she said, Tom, she said, I don't have a problem. I charge $60 for a haircut. I don't have a problem if people don't tip me. What I do have a problem is when people come in and sit in my chair and burden me with all of their personal problems and all of their things. It's like I'm a psychologist, and I have to listen and give them my opinion and do all that kind of stuff. And that's not part of cutting the hair. So, from that perspective, if I'm playing psychologist in addition to hairdresser, then I think a tip is warranted. Okay? But see, Brent out there is talking about, plumbers make more money than, you know what, Brent? You got to put on your critical thinking skills, all right? Because listen to this. If I go in to get a haircut and that guy charges me $25, at my age, I can be in and out of that chair in 15 minutes. So that barber is making, do the math, one haircut, 15 minutes, $25. That guy's making $100 frickin' dollars an hour. You get that? $100 frickin' dollars an hour. I charge $75 an hour to stroke keys on a computer. Okay? I charge $75 an hour, and that barber is getting $100 an hour. That's more than a plumber makes. I don't know. You got to go and look and see what a plumber makes. But call up somebody out there. Call up a plumber and ask them what they charge. I'd be willing to bet they don't charge no freaking $100 an hour. So barbers make $100 an hour. Don't be telling me that you got to tip barbers because they don't make as much as plumbers and stuff. That's bull crap. Okay? You gotta put your thinking cap on. But anyway, so you know what I'm looking forward to? Yeah, because all the clients are bald like you. Exactly. But anyway, oh goodness gracious. All right. So you know what I'm looking forward to? I'm looking forward to they don't have customers wait in line. I think 10% is okay. All right. But oh goodness gracious. But I should walk around here and see how many people are leaving tips here for the staff working here. I'd be willing to bet you that I've walked through here, 80% of the people sitting at these tables are not going to leave a tip. Probably 90% aren't going to leave a tip this morning. Maybe I should walk around with my camera and do a poll. There you go. But no, what I'm looking forward to when I get down under is, interestingly enough, I'm really looking forward to seeing Michelle's dog, Sam. Michelle's got a beautiful dog, and I'm looking forward to, Sam is going to be home with me all day when I'm working. Sam and I are going to be buddies, and I'm looking forward to spending time with Sam, just as much as looking forward to spending time with Michelle. But I'm looking forward to spending time with Sam. I'm probably going to meet Louis Armstrong's grandson. Michelle is friends with Louis Armstrong's grandson, right? Doesn't he sing "It's a Wonderful World"? Something like that. But I'm going to meet Louis Armstrong's grandson. Maybe he'll do a video with me. And who else am I going to? Oh, and I'm looking forward to meeting Michelle's Anu, her mother, who came from Hungary. And look out, Sam, he doesn't give out treats. Oh, I give out treats. But anyway, I do tricks too. I do tricks and treats. But I'm looking forward to meeting Michelle's mom. And I say that, she's Hungarian. And she's older. I don't know how old she is, probably in her 80s or something. But I'm looking forward to saying, Jó napot kívánok, Hogy vagy, Thomas vagyok. Kérek szépen kicsi kávé és csokoládé. Hol van papucs? Hol van papucs? Oh, goodness gracious. And I know she probably hasn't talked to anybody in Majot in quite some time. But anyway, it's another thing that'll be interesting, and I'm going to give it my best shot. Michelle likes to salsa dance, and I'm gonna give it my best shot, and I'm gonna do some salsa dancing. I may get one of those shirts that's all ruffled, get a ruffled shirt or something like that, and do some salsa dancing. So we will see, as the saying goes. So anyway, folks, here we go. All right. Any questions before I go? I'm getting ready. 17? We're up to 17 viewers. Anyway, all right. Take good care, everybody. All right. And I'm not. Those of you who have followed me, you know that I'm anything but cheap. So anyway, have a great day and take good care.